One of the major issues was less finances. That's always been, that's a common ground for us.
Yes.
So dentists and doctors are the worst financially literate. I should say that with apologies, but we have very low financial when it comes to handling accounts.
Hi guys, welcome to LDFS podcast. I'm Dr. Lakshmy. Today we'll be discussing one of the hot topics among our listeners. That is all about opening clinics and the problems which we face after that. So in this podcast today, we will be dividing it into two sections. In one first section, we'll be discussing about opening about new clinic, that is when to open, what are the loans available, registration, etc. And in the second half, we will be discussing about the problems which we face after opening clinic. That is the revenue problem, the marketing problem, etc. Those things. And one of the main attraction of this interview will be that we will be breaking the myth which we has that is there among us dentists, is that when we open our clinic, we should not change our location if we want to be successful. That is something which we will be targeting today and breaking that myth. Stay tuned to know. Today we have a very special guest with us, a periodontist with a very decade-long experience. He has expanded his clinic from one dental chair setup to a 3 dental chair setup within 6 years of practice. He has been conducting various courses on implants and taking workshops for training staff and etc. He has not only been successful clinically, but academically also. He has won 2 double gold medalist. He has been the national award winner for the best scientific deliberation. He was nominated for Pirate Orchard Award and many more. So today we have with us Mumbai se Aaya Mera Dost. Hi Vishwas. He is the owner of Ivory Dental Clinic and Physiotherapy Center, Mumbai. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing absolutely fine. Thank you for such a warm introduction.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule. I know you have a lot of things going on in your life, but thank you so much. Today, I think our listeners will be getting a lot of tips and a lot of points from you on opening clinics and all those things. So let's start our session. Firstly, we have been knowing each other for 15 long years. The first thing which I want to ask you is that as dentists, the new dentists who are just passing out and all, they want to open their clinic. They feel that there's a lot of competition around. Every lane has 4-5 dentists around. What is your thought on it, and how did you overcome the competition around you?
So first of all, I must say it's a very relevant question in these times, especially after COVID, when there is a lot of less jobs, lot of opportunities which are very different from what it was before COVID. But still that negativity in dentistry does continue, especially in India, especially in the urban areas, where, as you rightly said, that 5-6 dental clinics are there in one lane. And then the 7th one comes and he starts to ponder over what I should do in my life. So yes, the same thing happened with me. When 6 years ago in 2016, I cleared my MDS and I started to open up my setup. So we saw a place, rented place, and how I overcome this negativity is just by doing good practice, just by working on my mindset, by telling myself that I am different from others and what I have to offer will be very much good and will be adding value to the patient's lives. So just have confidence in yourself, give something different, definitely you will succeed.
Awesome. That's so nice. And we have seen your growth, right? You have been from 1 dental chair setup to a 3 dental chair setup, and within 6 years of practice. That's a kind of, I think, rocket kind of success which anybody can think of. That's so awesome. What are your thoughts on? No, you deserve it. Seriously. So, what are your thoughts on the fresh graduates who should they open the clinic right away after graduation, or should they practice somewhere? What are your thoughts on it?
See, even when I was a graduate, like when we cleared the internship together, we were also in this confused state what we should do. We were seeing some of our friends, batchmates moving abroad, doing MPH and other stuff. some of them moving out of the clinical branch, doing non-clinical jobs like medical transcription, staying in India itself. Some were opening clinics, some were studying for MDS, NEET examination as we were. So yes, there was a lot of confusion. But what I found helpful was to talk to my seniors, to talk to good mentors who will lead me in my life. And the best thing what I found is rather than committing very early in life to one professional field or one professional pathway, we must try to explore various areas in our life at the early stage. Like in internship, I used to go to some clinics for practicing, like we call it locum, low income jobs. So we just get some experience of hands-on experience while working on the patient, and I found my love there. I actually found that I want to just treat patients, heal them, be a good dentist, be a good clinician. And that's how, after a lot of hit and trial and exploring many opportunities, I settled down to clinical industry. So my advice for the youngsters will be to explore, not commit to one field very early in your life. Explore, take a year off, ask your parents, take a year off. It's absolutely fine. Understand what drives you from inside, and only follow your passion.
Awesome, awesome. And like, what do you think like will be required, the cost required to open a clinic? Like, did you take a loan? And can you give us a brief idea about it?
So if somebody has definitely decided that they want to open a clinic, I must tell you it's very easy to open a clinic in India. If you compare it to the norms which are out in Western like US and Europe, it's very easy. There are not much rules or regulations. There are some which I will tell you about. So how I got about is I took a loan from my father for about 2 lakh rupees. And we are not from a very affluent family. My father is a banker, and we got the place on rent. Then I had some saved money of my own from my first year PG scholarship. So I had roughly around 1.5 lakh of that. And because me and my wife were opening it together, my in-laws also helped, and we together had around 4 to 6 lakh rupees roughly, where I invested first on the dental chair, a little bit of interiors which I did on my own. My wife did it actually, and she helped me arrange the clinic, make it beautiful. We didn't have money to spend on the architect, so we did just everything on ourselves. Hardly it would have costed around 1 lakh of rupees to just get the furniture, and that time I thought that I'll just take a loan or something. But the best loan is to take from your family members. It's at 0%, and there is no hesitation to do that. I think we are at the start of our career, and we can definitely do that rather than paying a hefty amount of interest to the banks. We can try to arrange credit loans from our family members. I did that, and God has been gracious since then.
Awesome, awesome. Do you have some idea about the loans which are available? Because for some people, may not be possible for them to take help from their family members. Maybe they are not financially well-to-do or something like that. Then,
so when I did my research, I found out a lot of banking and non-banking finance companies. So banking, I thought I figured out that State Bank of India gives a very good loan under the scheme of doctors. So they have a loan interest of only around 8%, which acts as a business loan. The non-banking finance companies will charge you somewhere around 12 to 15%, which is like a personal loan. But they give it without any guarantee or without any collaterals. Like we don't have to submit any land or gold to avail that loan because we are doctors. So that much privilege we do have in the society. Now, the SBI or any loan, if you have to get from a public sector bank, you need something known as a Udyam registration in India. That makes your process very easy. You can apply for this Udyam registration on your clinic name on the Udyam website. It's very easy, just a 15-minute online form you have to fill. And within 2 to 3 days, you will get an Aadhaar card. Like how you have an Aadhaar card for yourself, you will have an Aadhaar card number and an Aadhaar card for your clinic. So just decide the name of your clinic, put that in, you have the Aadhaar card, then go to the bank with that Aadhaar card to avail that loan, then you will get the loan on the name of your clinic rather than on the name of like your name. So it speeds up the process for obtaining the loan, and the government has this scheme known as MSME scheme, in which they help young entrepreneurs like us to give them collateral free loans at around 8%, which I mentioned.
Oh wow! This is something new. I think majority of our listeners won't be knowing about it, and it will really help them a lot in opening their clinic to open the loan and everything in the clinic's name. That's actually very good. Thank you so much for giving us this kind of knowledge. And I know your dad has been banker, so you have a lot of the idea about the banking, those things, the loans, etc. So it's really helpful. Thank you so much for that. What do you think, like the three things which you want to tell somebody who is opening a new clinic, that three things they should keep in their mind? What will be those things?
So when you are about to open your clinic, the most important thing is the location, the visibility and the accessibility of that place. If you are new, nobody knows you much in that area, you have not marketed your clinic, and you are opening it at a third floor in some old building, obviously the patient walk-ins and OPDs is going to be less. So at the start, I would definitely say if you're not able to buy, maybe rent out a place which is more accessible, has a good parking space, because that's very important for patients nowadays. Has good wheelchair accessibility, because we get so many geriatric patients who cannot climb stairs. So might as well open maybe a smaller one at the start, but a ground floor space will look better. I decided to open the clinic in a crowded area and a market area. So I had a chart corner beside my clinic, which used to drive a lot of people in that area, and so the board got a lot of visibility. So that is accessibility, visibility. Then I also checked about the demography of that area, like what is the rental value of a normal 2 BHK flat? What is the expenditure of those groceries? What kind of shops are nearby me? So we had a more outlet nearby our clinic, which is like it's a driving force for the population. Then I checked out what is the cost of living. So the cost of living and the demography was quite good. Like we used to get a 2 BHK around 30 to 35,000, which is the upper middle class segment in India. So that's how I decided, okay, this is an area which is really good. What kind of dentistry I want to practice? Maybe the patients over here will be able to afford it and will be able to understand. More than affording it, it means they should be intelligent enough to understand that, okay, I'm talking about implants, I'm talking about full mouth replacements, I'm talking about good quality crowns, like metal free crowns. So if you want to practice that kind of dentistry, you must try to be in a place where your population, your target population is present already. So these are the things which I checked out, and it has been good.
Awesome, awesome. So talking about location, there's I think a myth among dentists that after opening clinic we should not change location, and you have actually successfully changed that thing. So I would really like to tell our listeners that he has not only expanded his clinic from one dental chair to three dental chair, he has changed his location also, and he, in spite of changing the location, you were successful. You were able to gain that much revenue which you were having in the earlier clinic itself, in fact more than that, I should say. So how did you take this bold decision? First I want to know, and second thing is, how was your experience all of or about changing the location and then attracting the old crowd, and how was it?
So first of all, thank you for putting the tag of being successful on me, but till now I don't feel that I've done something great, but I'm on the journey. So maybe a little ahead on the journey than my listeners, but they'll all go through this. So yes, it has been a very beautiful experience. But even I had many thoughts in my mind whether I should change the clinic, how I should transit this whole shifting of the clinic, how much time should my clinic be off. I had all these doubts. But what I realized was, if you do good work, patients will give it. So now I've realized that I wanted to change the clinic because my clinic space was very small. So we started in around less than 300 square feet of space. And we realized that this kind of a space we cannot offer that kind of value which we want to give, that kind of luxury to the dental experience which we want to deliver to the patients was not possible in a 300 square feet area. We wanted to incorporate advanced technology like intraoral scanners, like OPG machines, like lasers. So it was a little difficult and the place was getting cramped up. So we thought that okay, we will change our place to a nearby location but a larger space. So now we are at almost 1100 square feet of clinic.
Oh, wow.
With all the amenities. And what we did was we intimidated our patients by sending them WhatsApp messages. We had all the records in our clinic, so we sent them mails and WhatsApp messages 1 month before we started to shift. Just like a information that we are going to shift. And this kind of an information can also be given in the newspapers as a proper advertisement. It is very well written in the ethics of the DCI. If we read the advertisement ethics of the DCI, very clearly it is mentioned that whenever we are shifting the practice, we are allowed to advertise in newspapers, websites, online media, everywhere. So I definitely took full advantage of that and I told the public that yes, we are going to shift to a new place with a new identity, better service, better experience for our patients. And I must tell you, patients are really happy seeing you grow. So that's an added boost of energy which they give us.
Awesome, awesome. So this is actually really good because we have this notion in our head, majority of the dentists, that we should not change the location. And to find that perfect location, we give it so much time that we don't open the clinic itself. There are so many of my friends itself, they have not done that. So I think this is a good thing that you start it at least whenever, whatever you are getting. And then later on, if you're growing and you want to shift to a better location, you can do that. And that's possible. That's possible from your example. They can know about it. Awesome, great. And I really would love to know that what was the major problem which you faced when you opened a clinic? What was the major issue which you faced?
Say one of the major issues was less finances. That's always been, that's a common ground for us.
Yes.
So
yes.
I started with whatever I had and slowly built it up with the good practice. And I just made it a point that I should have a good accounting system in place, which many of Indians don't have. I wouldn't say dentists. Dentists and doctors are the worst financially literate. I should say that with apologies, but we have very low financial literacy when it comes to handling accounts. We try to run away from it. Indians itself, as a middle class mentality, we try to not talk about money, which is not correct. So I had from the start a good accounting system, a good finance system. I knew where my money was coming in, where it was going. So one of the hurdles which I started with, that the finance was low, I could quickly overcome. By having a good plan in action that, okay, this much percentage I will definitely put again in my business of my profits. Whatever profits I'm earning, I will put it back in my business to help it grow. And I did literally cut down on vacations. I cut down on expenses, expensive watches, expensive phones. I did not buy them just to make sure that I have the best of materials, technology to offer to my patients in the clinic. So my profitability per se, the take-home profit was very less in the first 3 to 4 years. But that's okay. Many other hurdles I did face. One of the hurdles was mentality. Like I could see a lot of people around me practicing in a certain way. And when I read research articles, papers, I could see that there was a big gap between what was actually advocated in the research journals and what was being practiced. But I tried to bridge that gap, try to meet the patient's expectation along with what is scientific evidence. So I did read up a lot and try to bridge that gap so that we can give good dentistry as well as we can practice what we really want to and what is proven by evidence. About the negativity which everybody was throwing at me, that Indian patients do not pay, they don't opt for good quality crowns, you get FMR is very difficult, with a lot of difficulty. People do not prefer dental implants by the fear of surgery. I just worked on my technique to make dentistry as painless as possible, as easy as possible, so that when I do a consultation, I tell the treatment plan, I have full confidence in my abilities and my team's abilities.
Hmm. That's important. Actually, to have a very good team is equally important to have a very good doctor. So it should resonate with us. So their success actually should lie in the clinic success. It's like that. So awesome, awesome. And I would love to know that how did you market your clinic? Like when you shifted the location, you told us that you have advertised it in the various platforms, the online platforms, offline platforms. But when you first started it, what are the different marketing strategies which you had?
So first, the best marketing strategy is a good work. I think if you genuinely you give good work, you make the patients feel comfortable when they come to the clinic, and you make them feel like you are being cared for. Like a simple follow-up call after an extraction the day after, or after a root canal, just one simple follow-up call by you or your associate dentist, or maybe your receptionist also is fine. That just asking, uncle, how are you? Are you feeling okay? That is the best marketing strategy. Like that person will remember you for life, that, oh, doctor has done good work. He has followed it up. And no, he will definitely tell a lot of other people about you.
Hmm.
The, a good chance of doing marketing of your clinic was to stay in a good locality. So we purposely thought that, okay, we will have our home very close to our clinic, and we'll choose a good locality to stay in, because the kind of people you are surrounded with builds your practice. So that is one. My mother and father, my in-laws have also been a very good marketing people, for like they have been the brand ambassadors of our practice with their social circles. And why not? They are
Yeah.
family, and we should also have our support systems with us. Very, very early in my career, I got the importance of taking Google reviews, and
Hmm.
that has completely changed the trajectory of my practice. I have asked and requested many of my patients personally also to put Google reviews when nobody was aware. In 2016 also, we were trying to have as many Google reviews as possible. And proudly, I must say that our clinic is the top in Navi Mumbai and highest ranked on Google, with maximum ratings
Awesome.
around 630 or so now, uh,
Oh, wow.
with good Google reviews. So that's what people read, and that's how people will come to know about your practice. So that is
Awesome.
that is a very strong marketing for you. The next thing, a website is absolutely essential. Like
Hmm.
people may know you from a reference, but they still want to read up and research about you. So website is a must for any practice. Even if you do a basic SEO, a basic website, just have it. I always say version 1 is better than version none. We always try to be better and better and give the most perfect looking website or the most perfect looking design out in the market. But uh, by the time it's too late. So we must just start by a simple website and then build up our Google reviews. Our word of mouth obviously will bring us good patients.
Awesome. First of all, congratulations for the top ranking. That's something good to know. I didn't know that. Awesome. Congratulations on that. And you are working as consultant also, right? In different other clinics. So one thing is there that when the PG students, a lot of people ask us that how to ask job as a consultant in other clinics. They don't know those person and those people, the clinic owners, and you have seen the trend that they'll just go and drop their cards and go. But what is the actual good way of getting hired as a consultant in other clinics? What do you think?
See, if you are from a, like, if your post graduation was done from a remote college and now you are practicing in a different city, people don't know you around. So for
Yes.
me, it was very fortunate. I got the post graduation admission in the same college where I did my undergraduation. So a lot of my UG batchmates, PG batchmates already knew me, and that's how I got my little bit of consulting, which I do now. But I never went and gave cards, visiting cards. I just got them printed because that was the norm and everybody was doing it. But then I slowly realized that it doesn't yield. Even I have a drawer full of cards lying in my, but I always call the person who I am most approachable. I find the most approachable, or who's my friend, or who has good clinical skills. That's most important. So I think rather than showing your visiting card, we must go with our casebook. A casebook everybody makes when they are a postgraduate. So you must have thorough knowledge about what cases you are presenting in your casebook, and you must present your cases to the doctors rather than just your name and your visiting card. Let your work speak for itself. Nowadays, we have so much of social media influence like Facebook and Instagram. You can put your cases there and you can tag those doctors which you want to consult, or you can put them in those groups and let them know that you are here. Let their case speak for itself, and people will definitely call you for you.
Great, great, great. And you have already told us this thing, that how you overcame the revenue problem which you faced. So this is a common question which we see among our listeners, that they say that they have opened the clinic within 6 months, they are not getting that revenue, or maybe within 1 year also they are not getting that revenue. What will you guide them to do, or what should they do according to you?
I think if you have a lot of free time because you're not getting patients in the first 6 months or 1 year, you try to hone your skill and also read about some other businesses, like how other businesses work. We have seen so much of startups nowadays. They are not profitable in the first go. They are not even profitable for 2, 3 first initial years.
Yeah.
Many years. They seek investment on the model, and we must be very fortunate, and we must be very grateful to God that we are profitable from day one. Like whichever patient walks into our clinic, almost a 40% profit margin is there for most of the treatments. And if it is not there for you, try to work out on your numbers. Try to work out on your maths, business mathematics, how your profit is not getting fulfilled, and then definitely market your clinic. But the one most important thing which we must have is we must have patience. Patience definitely leads and yields a lot. So 6 months to 1 year is a very small time frame to look at when we compare it to other businesses. So that's absolutely fine. There are a lot of competition in the urban areas. So if you are really interested, you must open a clinic where less dentists are there, maybe in a tier 2 or tier 3 cities, which I hear from my friends. Their growth has been even more phenomenal because the technology they are bringing was never available to them. So there is no to the population there. So there is no competition. So probably that will accelerate your career or growth in the revenue stage, in the mindset of revenue. But just takes a little bit of patience.
So we can say that be patient to get patience, right?
Yes.
So, so finally, I just want to ask one last question, Dr. Vishwas, that what will be your 3 tips to the fresh graduates?
Wow. So I think I have to concise my answer into just 3. I have a lot to say.
Sure, just 3.
Yeah. So first, what I want to say is work on your mindset. See, when we start to practice and we come out of the college, we are just like transiting from a student to a professional. We are very happy when we are interns because that doctor name will come on our dress and we feel, oh yeah, we are a doctor now. But that doctor word comes with a lot of responsibility. Responsibility of doing good to your patients, responsibility of doing good to your family and society, and being a role model to your society. So never forget that. Mindset starts with the talking on the conversation which we have with ourselves. So I do something which is known as mirror work, and you can search on mirror work by on YouTube by Louis Hay. That helps to improve your potential. It helps to improve your confidence. It helps to elevate your mindset, and it also changes the conversation which you have whenever you are opted for a challenge. The second thing is explore a lot of opportunities and work under someone to understand your craft. See, not everybody is skilled to do the best of root canal just after they passed out of internship. I think in the COVID years, 2020-21, people in dentistry, final year and interns have not got enough opportunities to practice on the patients. So rather than opening up your clinic and doing a blunder on the patient, we must first understand our craft, learn our craft, because it's a art and science. So art comes first. Skill based treatment should be learned with help, professional help from mentors, from courses, and by practicing on patients under somebody's guidance. That's very important. Not in your clinic. Never practice in your clinic on your patients. You will end up spoiling your career because the word of mouth will go around. If you do good work, they say the patient will tell 10 other people. But if you do bad work, he will tell 1,000 patients. And those 1,000 patients will never become your clients. So work on your craft, enhance your skill. And as I said, when you are free, we must read about finance handling. At the start of your career, if you even if you earn maybe in a locum job only 10,000 rupees, save 10% of it, make it a habit, and try to invest in your own learning. So investment in yourself is the best investment, they say. Rather than putting it in expensive clothes, watches, or trying to look famous, trying to look good, or trying to be wannabes, it is better to be real in this digital world. Be absolutely real and try to invest in yourself, in your skill, in your art. That's it.
Awesome. So thank you so much. This was a mind-blowing session. I am sure our listeners will benefit a lot. I mean, learn a lot from the journey which you have shared with us. Thank you so much for coming over. And I look forward, we'll have one more session to discuss these things in detail. Definitely.
Sure. But I have a question for you. Now you have asked me so many questions. Can I ask you?
Sure. Tell me.
I just want to know that the Lakshmi, which we had when my friend, I don't know where she is. She was so shy in front of the camera. We hardly have pictures of you during our college time. How have you turned out to be such a confident lady in front of the camera? Tell me your secret.
Actually, I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. So I practice a lot to come over before the camera. I practice recording any video. I practice a lot because as you said, I am a shy girl, and I am, and now also I'm very shy girl. But I think practice was the one thing which helped me bring up something which was there in me, but I didn't know that I was good at communicating some things. I didn't know that people will like me, because after releasing so many videos, so many people have given us that feedback that okay, they found this idea, they followed this idea, and that has helped them a lot. And the Dubai videos which we have released, so many people didn't have any idea about it, and so when they appreciate us, and it brings that confidence and that thing that okay, I am shy, but I have to overcome that to give my best to project something, give them something which is useful to them. So I think the strength lies in the reviews which I get from my listeners. So that is what is driving me to do some things which I've never done in my life. So you know me, we have known each other for 15 years. You know how I was and how I am right now. So I think practice is something which makes a man perfect. So similar to that, it made me perfect.
We can see it. Amazing journey.
Yeah, thank you so much. I try to give whatever I have learned in my life. That's the only thing. So thank you so much, Dr. Vishwas. So see you soon. Maybe in the future videos, we will be doing a lot of other things, other topics we'll be discussing in depth and in detail. Best of luck with your ventures, with your new clinic. I hope you success a lot in your the more than what you have earned till now. You'll 10x will be the growth in the next 5 years.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure being with you and being with Lakshmy Dental Finishing School. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.